Creating jobs, Democrats win by 2 points. And raising wages, Democrats again win by 14, I should say. Making things affordable, Democrats win by 10.
I want to cover this MAGA Republican I saw on Fox News, whose name I genuinely do not know, don't care to know, but she makes some interesting Obamacare claims that I would love to debunk. So leave us a like on the video if you can. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. You guys help us out a ton, and let's hop right into the fact checks.
It should be renamed the Unaffordable Care Act because it has left Americans paying much higher costs for their health care while getting, marginal results and little improvement for that added expense. We have lots of ideas for improvements on those. Unfortunately, the enhanced premium tax credits that are the focus of the Democrats, we know are a failure. We have seen under those policies the last 3 years, we've seen healthcare premiums increase 31%.
Okay, somebody needs to tell them that Unaffordable Care Act isn't the banger they seem to think it is now that every one of them say it every single time they have an interview. The problem with what she's saying is twofold. She mentions how Obamacare premiums have increased despite the subsidies. 31%, she says, since Obamacare passed. Okay, which is true, but the same is true for private insurances, but larger. In 2014, private insurance on average for a single person was $6,025. In 2025, it is $8,951. For those who are not good at math, that is a 48% increase. 48% is larger than 31%. Again, for those not very good at math, MAGA. And on top of that, we see that Obamacare premiums are set to go up another 80% if these credits expire. So obviously they're also helping additional increases to the prices. Lastly, she says we saw little benefit from Obamacare. Those with pre-existing conditions can't be denied coverage, objectively a good thing. Insurance can't limit the coverage you receive in a year, objectively a good thing. Prescriptions, ambulance, primary care, are all mandatory covers for marketplace insurance, along with more things. There's 10 of them. Objectively a good thing. Kids can stay on their parents' plan until 26. Objectively a good thing. Thousands of community hospitals were funded. Medicaid was expanded. Objectively good things. What is she talking about?
What are the Republican ideas that are going to bring lower premiums? Because, Obamacare clearly has become extremely expensive.
Well, we want to put patients first of all, and help them be in the driver's seat of their own health care. Republicans passed in the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Working Families Tax Cut Plan. We passed reforms that would have, according to CBO, reduced premiums by 13%. And those were stripped out by the Democrats in the Senate. So we could start there. Those include just cutting back on the fraud in the enhanced premium tax cut plan, reducing the zero premium plans that are available in the ACA. So you have people, many millions of people who have zero premium plans.
I cannot stress to you the level of stupidity here. She said all of those words, but nothing. Like, she said nothing there. She was asked what the Republicans' plan was, and she said reforms. They have no plan. That's it. She even said I could get into what you want to get into any of it, and then just says reform. She mentions going after people on ACA who don't pay premiums, zero premiums. She's talking about people in poverty, to be clear here. The people who don't pay premiums are within 1% to 400% of the poverty line. So her solution is to take from the poor. I shouldn't even be surprised because she's a Republican. She's a MAGA Republican. So that's not even that shocking, but to just completely destroy every angle she's trying to come from here. She cites 13% premium reduction from the MAGA plan in the One Big Beautiful Bill, according to the CBO, who, let's first just laugh quickly that when the CBO said the rich guy tax cuts benefited the wealthy more than the working class, it would actually lose household income for the average family. Republicans said they're partisan and can't be trusted and get everything wrong. But now, of course, we can trust them because they said something good about Republicans. But as to the 13% reduction because of the One Big Beautiful Bill, the CBO does actually say this, right? So what's the lie? Well, it's because she's leaving out a lot of context. They say this only because there would be fewer benefits offered by the plans as the requirements for states would be lowered, dropped, or able to be opted out of. It's not less money for the same services. It's lower quality of service, so you pay less.
Reducing crime, Republicans win. Creating jobs, Democrats win by 2 points. Making things affordable, Democrats win by 10, and raising wages, Democrats again win by 14, I should say. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that's kind of the classic example of, the Democrat solution is giving free things to people, and it's easy to be Santa Claus. It's popular. The Republican solutions are a little less sexy. They don't come across as attractive, I think, on the front end. Lower taxes, lower regulations. That sounds kind of boring, but those are the things that we know work.
No, we do not. We quite literally do not know that. Why do these people say things that are just not facts as if they are just common sense facts? As a country, we've seen the most economic growth when tax rates were the highest. As we have added more regulation, the economy has only continued to grow. None of what she's saying pans out in reality, which is why none of these people cite statistics, even specifics, right? Or data to back up any of what she's saying, which I can't. For instance, the highest GDP growth in this country we've had on average was when marginal tax rates, the top rate, was between 75 to 80%. The second most is when they were 92%. This is why what she's saying makes no sense. If lower taxes leads to more economic growth, then why is that true? The truth is, as to the polling he shows here, the American people in the era of social media have now seen Republicans in office twice and Democrats in office once. And it is far more obvious to everyone who has been better for the economy and jobs and wages, etc. And that's the Democrats, right? The mandate Republicans pretended they had was just frustration at the current economic situation, which as the dust settled, we see that people don't really blame Democrats for as much as they thought maybe they're not the ones who can change it. They've had some years to do it, but they can't. But they're not blaming Democrat policies for it. They still understand it was a global problem, of which any supporter weight that they threw behind the Republicans as their mandate to fix it, they lost all semblance of. The second Americans realized they not only presented even less solutions, but possibly more problems.